I've saved my progress as redtikitotems.ai. And in this exercise, we're going to replace all of the tikis that are rotated around the central tiki with a pair of different symbols. And I'm also going to show you how to apply a local color adjustment to one set of the instances. Now, I want you to see here what I was talking about. I was telling you that normally, if a command is not applicable to an instance, if it has to be applied to the underlying symbol definition, that it will be dimmed. And let me demonstrate that. I'll go up to the Edit menu, choose Edit Colors, and you can see that Recolor Artwork is available to me, as is Recolor with Preset, which brings up a submenu of preset options that will ultimately take you to the Recolor Artwork dialog box. But all these frankly awful color adjustments right here that cannot be applied to an instance, they can only be applied to the underlying symbol definition, they are dimmed, just as is more or less consistent with Illustrator's conventional interface. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and escape out of that. Just wanted you to see. All right, let's grab these other instances here. Currently, I've got the central tiki selected, so I'm going to go up to the Select menu, choose the Inverse command again to grab all the other guys, and we're going to replace them with yet another symbol that's available inside of this document. If you click on the Replace Thumbnail or the arrowhead next to it to bring up the Symbols panel, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom here, you'll see that there's this symbol right there that's called Regal Vector Pack 16. It's a cool-looking lion. And go ahead and click on it to replace these tikis with these two-tailed lions. Now, notice that we still see the drop shadows because that's a local adjustment. I want to get rid of the drop shadows, so I'm going to go over here to the Appearance panel, which just happens to be open on screen for me. And I'm going to grab that drop shadow and drag it to the trash can in order to get rid of it. And now we have no drop shadows associated with these guys. All right, I now want to take these lions and I want to give them wings. I just want to, for whatever reason. And so I want those wings to be exactly centered around the current positions of each and every one of these lions. So I'm going to want to create a second copy of the lions and then replace them with the wing symbol. And so I'll do that by going up to the Edit menu and choosing the Copy command. And then I'll go back up to the Edit menu and choose Paste and Back. And then, of course, I can press Control-C and then Control-B or Command-C, Command-B on the Mac in order to get the same effect. Now, I won't see anything shift on screen because I have two lines directly on top of each other. Don't click anywhere because if you do, it's going to be hard to reselect all of these lines that are exactly in back of the other ones. Then go up to the Replace icon once again. Click on it, scroll down the list until you see this guy right there, Regal Vector Pack 14. That's his really awesome set of wings. Go ahead and click on it to select him. And that works out beautifully. Then press the Enter key or the Return key on a Mac in order to hide that panel. All right, now I want the wings to be bigger. So I'm going to transform each set of wings about its own unique origin point. And of course we do that by going up to the Object menu, choosing Transform, and then choose Transform Each. Control-Shift-Alt-D, Command-Shift-Option-D if you like, in order to bring up this dialog box. Last time around, I applied 50% for each horizontal and vertical value there. And as a result, we have these very dinky wings. I don't want that. I want big wings. So I'm going to change each of these values to 150% like so. And we get these ginormous wings. Click OK. Now I want to scoot them out and make them grow a little bit more. And so that means that I need to scale them with respect to a shared origin point. And I'm going to do that using the Scale tool. So I'll either click on a Scale tool or press the S key. And then I'll Alt-click or Option-click at that guide intersection right there at the bottom of the tiki's lip in order to bring up the Scale dialog box. That's too much scaling. 200% is way too much. So I'm going to change this value to 120% and press the Tab key. Assuming that the preview checkbox is on, I can see the results in the background. I'll click OK. Now, after all this, you may still be asking, Deke, I thought this was going to be about a local color adjustment. How in the world will you pull that off? What are you even talking about? Well, here's what I want to do. I want to take all the wings, again, for purely aesthetic reasons, and color them red. And I could do that using the Recolor Artwork command, so I can modify the original symbol definition. But let's say I don't want to. Let's just say I want to place red on top of the existing wing color as a local adjustment. Well, then I'd go over to the Appearance panel here, and I would add a fill by dropping down to this Add New Fill icon, or you can press Control/Command/ on a Mac in order to add a fill. Comes up as black by default, so nothing changes on screen. Let's go ahead and click on this color and change it to the red swatch. and we end up with a local color adjustment. So the original symbol definition, if I bring up the symbols panel for Regal Vector Pack 14, is still black, and yet we've managed to override that color by throwing a coat of red fill on top of every single one of these wings. And that is one way anyway, a very simple way, to create a local color adjustment on an instance-by-instance basis here inside Illustrator.